Heat waves past New Jersey just in time for the WWE to heat up the weekend. I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling vlog who always tells it like it is. The phrase, "it's hot as hell," gets thrown around rather loosely. But I dare say that, at least in the US, July was a couple of degrees short of hell on average. In fact, it was 100 degrees in New York City on Wednesday. Thankfully, a lot of rain doused the heat, and the WWE won't have to resort to AC units surrounding the ring. Still, they should stay hydrated, though not with that prime crap. Ugh. The first ever two-night PLE that is not a WrestleMania takes place where two previous pre-COVID WrestleManias took place. With 12 matches stretched over the weekend, the quality over quantity axiom seems to ring true. So, let's get to it. Here are my predictions for SummerSlam, New Joisy. Night 1. First, Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Why does this seem to be Karrion Kross's last chance at relevance? The fact that they are pushing him is hopeful, but against a longtime vet like Sami Zayn, the man who ended Gunther's demonic 666-day stranglehold on the IC title? Not even Scarlett can really help because, frankly, my dear, I don't think the WWE gives a damn about Kross anymore, especially since the Final Testament tanked. Winner is Sami Zayn. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. I'm getting tired of these rappers becoming part-time wrestlers. You think one of the Fat Boys or Fat Five Freddy would have been part of a match in the 80s? Anyway, when it comes down to brass tacks, this is Orton versus two veterans. But Orton is the veteran of the WWE and can more than make up for the Mr. Roll's lack of experience. Expect Paul to get the brass knucks out, but for Roll to stop him while Orton RKO's McIntyre into wishing he stayed in Scotland. Winners are Orton and Roll. Pardon. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. The Brawns in front of the still injured brains of Seth Rollins have their work cut out for them. Because the three things Samoans are known to do is attack, attack, and attack. Their literal heads are thicker than the Bronze's figurative heads. And you think Heyman's going to help? That's one thing the Oracle can't predict. Only Rollins' return can help the Avalanche and the Son of a Steiner. And so, winners are Reigns and Uso. Women's Tag Team Championship, the Judgment Day versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. All I can say is, weirder team-ups have happened and have been successful. Sheamus and Cesaro were arch rivals until they were forced to team up, and they became good friends and a great team. And yeah, the Queen City Queen and the Queen of Scream may not be friends, but they did beat several other teams to compete for the titles. You don't need to be friends to be successful. Ask Daniel Bryan and Kane. The one problem? Ragnarok and the Prodigy will most likely not come alone. Balor, McDonough, and or Mysterio will be there to back them up. And that's something that can strain that non-friendship. Winners and still champs, Judgment Day. WWE Women's title, Tiffany Stratton defends against Jade Cargill. And it's about damn time! And not Tiffy time either. When Cargill first arrived and got into a strength contest with Bianca Belair at the Royal Rumble, I said to myself, "Self, this woman's gonna be a primary champ someday." Her time as a tag champ really shouldn't have been. She was made to be a solo competitor and to take a solo title. Don't get it twisted, Stratton is still a good wrestler and her reign has been exceptional, but in this case, Braun just outdoes brain and beauty. It is high time Cargill gets a title worthy of her stature. With any luck, she'll hold it until WrestleMania. Sorry, Tiffy. Time's up. Winner, new champion, Jade Cargill. Finally, for the World Heavyweight Championship title, Gunther versus Phillip Brooks. Yeah. Brooks has been back in the WWE for, what, 20 years, 20 months now? And he's yet to start crying and head for the hills again. He just hasn't been in too many matches as of late, but then again, neither is Gunther. While not as bad as Brock Lesnar or Reigns in his last, reign, Gunther has been keeping the big gold belt close to the chest since getting it off of Jey Uso's waist. Punk is an all-out brawler, even though he has some room for strategy in that demented, I'm the best of the world brain, but Gunther is a perfect blend of brutality and strategy. If he has proved anything in his long career, it's that. It's why he's held a title for the majority of said career, and that should prove the key victory. Plus, hell, I don't want Brooks to win, okay? Winner and still champ, Gunther. On the night 2, or Championship Sunday, if you will. Tables and ladders and chairs match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. If we can say one thing about the Wyatt Six, it's that they woke the tag team division up big time. None of the other teams want the Six to have the titles, but none of them want any of the other teams to have them either. This will be the most brutal TLC match since the match was christened a quarter century ago, just for the sheer amount of bodies. However, to win the match, you have to be brutal, and brutal is both Dexter Lumis's and Joe Gacy's middle names. There will be blood, there will be carnage, but the winners and still champs will be the Wyatt Six. Steel cage match for the United States Championship. Solo Sikoa gets rematched with Jacob Fatu. As I said, I don't think anyone had Solo Sikoa penciled in as beating the Samoan Werewolf. Of course, it took Haku's third son to help to do it, but he did it. And you would think that putting Sikoa Fatu in the confines of a steel cage would help Fatu regain the title, but what keeps the MTF out is also what will help them keep Fatu in. They can climb the outside and push Fatu back in, or they can slam the door in his face. Hell, if they wanted to, they could shove the ref aside, all into the cage, beat the hell out of Fatu, and drag Sikoa out. It's still 4-on-1. And those aren't good odds for anyone. Winner and still champion, Solo Sikoa. No DQ or count-out match for the Women's Intercontinental title. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. If Valkyria loses, she goes to the back of the line and can't contend for the title for the duration of Lynch's reign. For once, this will be a fair fight, I think. I doubt Bayley is interested in helping either of them. And that puts the ball squarely in Lynch's court. Valkyria is still too new to the main rosters. Sure, it's nice that she was the inaugural champ, but given the competition, she should have known she was outclassed. And now that Lynch has it, she'll be damned if she doesn't end up the victor in this Irish last kicker contest. Winner and still champ, Becky Lynch. Men's Intercontinental Championship, Dirty Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles. Again, I kind of look at Styles as a pusher now, helping others look good by beating up and outclassing the phenomenal one. But I also think Dom Dum's own push is well past done. It's been 2.5 years since he cut ties with his Hall of Fame father, and though the Judgment Day has treated him well, the fact is the group holds too many titles. Not even Evolution held all of Raw's men's titles for very long. It's time the Judgment Day get knocked down a peg. And if neither the World nor Women's Tag Champs will do it, there's only one way for it to start. Pardon. Let's give AJ one more title run, no matter how brief, before he retires. Winner and new champ, AJ Styles. Triple threat for the Women's World Championship. Naomi versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. I was shocked as you when Naomi decided to take the World title instead of the WWE title, thus effectively jumping to Raw. Perhaps she had enough of Cargill and wanted to split before Belair returned. The real action, however, will be between the challengers. Ripley and Sky are phenomenal competitors, and it's a real fight between speed and power here. Do either of them deserve the title back? Certainly. Ripley was the first, and she never really lost it. Sky really lost it thanks to the cash-in. Both deserve another bite at it. However, Naomi will use that rivalry to her advantage. She'll wait until one puts the other down and then sneak in for the win. Proceed with caution, this former Funkadelic ain't done yet. Winner and still champ, Naomi. Finally, street fight for the WWE Championship. John Cena vs. Cody Rhodes. There's only one thing I can say about Cena's performance at SmackDown. Don't you believe it? John Cena still wants to end his career as champ. He still wants to end the legacy of the WWE Championship. And he still wants to tear Rhodes a new one for standing in his way. Now, what the rumors are saying, though, is that this grandson of a plumber will get so vicious during this no DQ or count-out match that he might turn heel before it's done. Now, while I think that'll happen, I still don't believe the sudden face turn by Cena. He will retain, Rhodes will get angry and start beating up the ref, and John will join him in that. They'll shake hands, and the union of Mr. Last Time Is Now and the American Nightmare will commence. Winner and still champ, John Cena. Those are my picks. Keep cool, everyone. We're nearly halfway to autumn. I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling blog who always tells it like it is. Pray for peace, and I'll see you